Hello and good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see everybody again and welcome to the channel if this is your first time. If it is your first time, just a 30-second blip on what I'm doing here. I am a photographer by trade, mainly sports photography, but COVID has curtailed that somewhat. So what I am planning on doing and have been doing for the last few months and for the next few months is just to expand my photography and filming knowledge. So I try and do things on this channel whereby I learn myself and share that with you of what I've done in case other people might find it useful. So let's get into today's video. Today, not today actually, this video, by the time you watch this, has probably taken 4 days. 1, because I've never done it before like this. 2, because I'm not really very good at it. 3, because I really wanted to take the time to try and do this properly and not rush it just to get out the content. And 4, I'm slow at editing because I'm still going through this. I'm picking things up all the time, I'm learning as I go, and that's what this is all about. So basically what I've been doing the last few days is trying to get some great photos of me and my guitar. Now, for no other reason than I wanted to find something I could photograph indoors, something that I enjoyed, and this is what I've done. So stay tuned till the end because I'm going to put up a little video that I did that I'm really quite pleased with. Just like I wouldn't want to call it a product video, but it's highlighting the photos that I've taken and the guitar and trying to do different things in filming and stuff like that. So have a look at that. That's going to be up near the end of the film of this video. Let's get on with it. So I'm going to quickly cut this off now and run that intro. So I sat down and I thought about the types of photos that I wanted to produce. I thought about the colours, the lighting, the styles. I wanted to get detailed shots of the guitar. I wanted to get the picture of the guitar from afar, so I get the whole guitar in. I wanted to get ones of me with the guitar, me playing the guitar. All of these with slightly different styles of lighting, a consistent theme, but lit slightly differently. The biggest challenge in all of this, it wasn't the ideas, it wasn't the setting up the lighting, it wasn't where to put the lights, it was the execution of it. For example, trying to get pinpoint accuracy on this hand and making the rest of it all sort of out of focus when you can't see the screen of the camera. You can't focus on your own. One thing I did know from a previous test that I did was that my camera was at its sharpest at f9. So where that depth of field wasn't important, I was going to make sure that I shot as many of the photos as I could at f9 so that I knew I had the confidence that they were as sharp as they could be. So I had a few failed attempts at guessing. I'd sit down, I would pre-focus on where I thought my hand was going to be, hit the timer, run back round, sit down, pick up the guitar, go back. As a result of that, I decided to give Lightroom tethering a go, which I've never used before. But that still gave me challenges of where to focus. But at least I had a guide. I'd tether the camera to the computer, I'd sit down and I would be able to at least put the focal point where I thought I was going to be, or my hand was going to be, or my face, or my arm, or whatever, and then I could use the computer screen to hit the autofocus button. It would snap into focus and I could take the photo. That was the theory anyway. Now most of the time, of course, this would jump to the wall because I wasn't in the frame, but sitting down, sitting down, refocusing from the computer gave me the option to hold it for a second, have a look at the computer and see if I'd picked up the spot that I wanted to pick up. So my head, hand, feet, back, whatever, would be there. It would snap into focus. I could hit the shutter button on the computer and just wait for the camera to take the photo. I did put the camera on a 10-second timer so that I could, if I was sitting like this or holding the camera, holding the guitar, whatever I was doing, I could click the mouse and I then had 10 seconds to get back into the position I wanted to get into, and take that photo. It wasn't ideal. I mean, it'd be much easier if I could be in two places at once, or if somebody was here for me, or I was doing it for somebody else, but I'm not. I'm on my own, and that's what this is all about, trying to do these things on my own as much as anything. And I think it didn't work too bad. All of these pictures here were taken using this method on my own, using the method I've just described: Lightroom tethered, pre-focus, refocus, take the photo, freeze, click, done. I am going to look into the Lightroom tethering a little bit more. I want to learn a little bit more about it because it wasn't ideal. If I have linked a video here, it means I've done it. I probably won't have done it yet when this comes out, so check back at the channel to see that. It's going to take me a few days to do. The one thing that does seem to be missing from the Lightroom tethering option is the ability to click on the screen to choose where you want to focus. If that was in Lightroom, then maybe it is, maybe I didn't find it, I will look into it. But if that was in Lightroom, you could click on where you want on the screen, where you wanted it to focus, and you'd know that there'd be no like pre-guessing or pre-focusing. Click, focus, take the photo, and you've got it. I know that there are the camera manufacturers have their own software which does something similar. I did try to open the version of the EOS utility that I've got, but it didn't want to open. I got this error message, which wasn't ideal. Now Lightroom does have these buttons that you can see here where you can click on the buttons and the focal point will move forward and backwards in the frame. So it doesn't seem to be an autofocus on a point that you click. It just seems to move the focal range forwards and backwards, which wasn't great for what I wanted. It had been too fiddly. I found that using the pre-focus where I'm going to be and then refocusing to be much more well, it was easy and it was successful. You can see from the photos that they're pretty good considering they're all taken by one person, and that's the way that I did it. Like I said, I will look into the Lightroom a little bit further and hopefully that option is there, but if it isn't, most camera manufacturers have it there, so no biggie. So I think the point of this video and what I've been doing the last few days is not only for me to get some pictures for my portfolio, to get some pictures for Instagram, things like that, but also to prove that this can be done on your own. You do not need a team of people, a mate, a friend, someone else taking photos for you. It's just evidence that it's something that can be done on its own, on your own, as you can see. Like I said, most camera manufacturers will have their version of EOS utility and it's going to be free. It will come on a CD or you can download it from their website. All cameras these days, certainly the ones produced in the last 10 or 15, 20, whatever years, will have a self timer on, so you don't need a remote. You can set the self timer if you don't have the option of the wired or wireless remote. It doesn't need to be an expensive camera. You don't need decent lighting. I'm lucky I've got these lights, but you could use a window. You might not have as much control over it, over the white balance or over the sun going in or out, or the brightness of it, but you can be further away from the window, but you just adapt to those, use what you've got. It's better than not doing anything at all, and it's how you do it, it's how you practice, it's how you get better, you learn things, but until you get down and do it, you don't know if you know it, and when you do know it, you learn it, and you've got that in your arsenal of photography skills to use when you need to use it again. Now doing this has given me an idea, particularly the self-portrait type shoots. It's given me an idea. The UK are in lockdown from the 5th of November, Thursday the 5th of November to December the 2nd. I think on one of the days I've got the house to myself, like today, I am going to try and do a set of self-portrait type photos around the house using just natural light. So I've got my tripod, I've got my camera, I've got my self-timer, and I've got the windows. I'm going to have a go, I think, at doing something different. That's a new little project, just came to me while I was doing this. Stay tuned for that when it comes around. I'm looking forward to doing a video on that and seeing what results we get. Anyway, I've waffled on long enough. That's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below if there's any questions, or you can enlighten me on a way that I could have done this better. That's it until the next video, so see you next time. Okay, you're not going to believe this. I just tried to get the EOS utility error message to show you, and I couldn't because it worked. First time. This is a photo that I took that way. It would have been so much easier. It would have been so much easier, but hey, you live and learn, so there we go. Anyway, definitely goodbye this time. See ya.